Hey guys, it's PonkyPlays. Welcome to a Watcher From's video. So today I'm going to be pulling shards for the limited summon Moriden. Right now, it's the last time I pulled shards was for the last limited, so I am literally at 0 mercy. If I do end up hitting 180 pulls before any legendaries though, I definitely do plan on doing the pity swap because I don't have Elowin and I would love an Elowin. Malvira also sounds really good. I do have some divine shards though, so I'm actually gonna start out with that and see if maybe I'll get lucky and pull an Elowin that way, because I'd love to have one, if not more, so that I can awaken her as well. So let's just let's just get into it, I think, and see how it goes. Okay, that was a lot of demos, by the way, but let's hope that this is Elowin, because Araka. Okay, I do have her already, but wasn't expecting a Lord. I don't know, that's not bad. I don't know what her awakening is. I'll do the same as I usually do, so at the end of the video I'll go through the people that I pulled. I'll go through their kits and also their awakenings, and so if you guys are interested in that, I guess you guys can stick to the end of the video. Yeah, let's go ahead and pull and see if I pull anything exciting on my way to the limited. If not, again, pity swap. Let's go. Okay, so no pity swapping, I guess, but let's see what I get. Esran. I think I got him definitely at least Awakened 1. I want to say I got him Awakened 2. I don't know. But, I mean, I guess that's fine. He's not terrible. He's not bad. I don't know if I use him a whole lot as of late, though. I'll have to see what his Awakenings do, though. Okay, well, we'll just keep on pulling then. Okay, back to back. I'm not mad about that. Ooh, okay. I think that's an A2 Syrinx for me. Nice. He's a pretty nasty AoE damage dealer, so I'm happy with him. Okay, let's just see if there's gonna continue to be that much luck on the way to the limited. I think this is him. Could be wrong, I might be turned off, but I'm pretty sure this is him. Nice. I think he has a pretty cool video too. And I like that you can see the ancient summoning that's starting. I forget what her name is. It reminds me of Valkyra, I think. Well, it's not Valeria either. Yeah, I don't remember her name, but she seems pretty nasty, and I'm for sure gonna go for the ancient summoning, so I'll be making a video on that as well if you guys want to watch that as well. I don't know necessarily how many ancients I have though, but hopefully I get lucky with the ancient pool, because it's between Ingrid and the new I forget what these champions are called. It doesn't show here. whatever this symbol symbolizes. The platform ground unit champions. So he's a Nightmare Esotericist. Okay. I actually don't think I've ever paid attention to his... is it faction? I'm gonna say faction. It might not be called faction, but yes. I've never paid attention to that. That's a kind of cool combination, Nightmare Esoterist. That also means that with the Lord, he'd have a cheaper ultimate. I haven't looked at his kit 100%. I've heard of it, but I haven't like actually paid that much attention. I just know that he sounded pretty good. So we'll definitely look into his kit once I finish cleaning up all my space and all that. Ooh, okay, and I got some more stuff here too. But since I already got him, I don't know, I might do more pulls on here, on his banner to see if I can get another one of him. But I do know that there is going to be another summoning for limited champions, and it's one where you can choose which limited to go for. So it might be where I just save the rest of my shards and my crystals and my gems for that event. I might actually end up doing that. Let me go ahead and organize my champions really quickly, and then I'll come back and go through everybody's kits. So give me a second. Okay guys, so I'm done with the heroes, I guess. I did have a little bit of gear to forge and artifacts to forge, I guess. So I'm gonna really quickly do that, and then I'll go through all the new legendaries I got, go through their kits and their awakenings, if anybody's interested in that. Let's see, hopefully I get some good stuff. No thumbs up there, that's a little unfortunate. Okay, let's see for the artifacts, if I can maybe get something good here. I know this one's a pretty good one for, I think it's this one. The hero, no, I'm thinking of the, there's one of the archer legendary pieces that's actually a pretty decent one for it being a legendary, not mythic. I forget what the name is for it though. I'm gonna start with this Titan Forge and then end on the exclusive, because those ones are more likely to be good pools. Let's see. Okay, that's my second Volca, so now I can get it awakened more. I didn't know they added exclusive for, I mean, it makes sense for whatever this class is that I keep forgetting the name. I'll have to look at all of these ones because I'm not sure what they do and how good they are. Got another Helm of Yalnor. I think that's my second one for Callista as well. The original one being through her event. That's not bad. Okay. Let's do some of these Wisdom Forge, see what I get. No exclusive, but some pretty good ones. Golden Scarab, the Blight Caller's Claws, really good. Euphoric Orb, Heaven's Rage, increases crit damage by 25% for 3 seconds. It's okay, not bad. And then some exclusive Forge, let's see. Ooh, okay. Oh, okay, that's a really good pool. All mythics, and then 2 limited that I have, and then Glacial Wings I definitely wanted to try and upgrade higher. That's really nice. That's really nice. That's exciting. Okay. Definitely saved the best for last there. Okay, now let's go really quickly through people's kits. I am gonna also really quickly just max out my Moriden, Because I've got everything I need to get him maxed out. I mean, I have an instant 6-star boost. There's not really many times to need to use it. I've got a lot of the 5-star chickens and whatnot, so it's not necessary, but because I've got it, I mean, might as well, right? I guess. But I do have the promotion max out one, which I plan on using that. So let's instantly promote him. Okay. I think might as well go ahead and start out with his kit and then go through the other 3 champions that I pulled, who all 3 are dupes from me. So let's see. He, when deployed, triggers Deep Cleave that deals 300 defense penetration damage to one enemy in basic attack range when deployed. Okay, if no enemies are in the range, enters charging state and gains 1 stack of Dark Infusion. Each Dark Infusion increases base attribute by 10% during the next Prince of Darkness state and extends the state's duration by 4 seconds. This effect can stack up to 5 times. Okay. And gains 1 stack every 5 seconds. So I'm guessing the charging state that's what it does. I don't know. And max stacks of Dark Infusion changes charging state to restore 10 rage for the hero per second. Interesting. I'll have to see where that comes into play on his kit. So his A1 attacks 1 enemy. He's got the 2 reach. So I know he's a... I'm gonna have to look this up really quickly because I keep forgetting. It is Tactician, that's what it is. So they're able to be anywhere on the board basically. But because of that range, I would say he's better as a ground unit than a platform unit. Let's see, during the ultimate, Soul Strike has a 20% chance, what is Soul Strike? Not sure. Is it just his normal attack? Has a 20% chance to I don't know. Of enhance to be enhanced, ignoring 40% of the target's defense, which goes up to 60%. Oh, and it's a 25% chance to be enhanced. And restoring 50 rage for the hero upon the cast. But what is Soul Strike? Is that just why his attacks are called during his ultimate? Either way, 60% ignoring defense is gross. That's one of the big things that makes Silas so hard hitting, is the defense penetration or ignoring. So that already seems like a pretty nasty passive. Let's see. Hell's Envoy, after maintaining Prince of Darkness, basic attacks become Soul Strike when charging his power during the Prince of Darkness state. Which seems to be part of his ultimate, okay. For 80 seconds in total. After maintaining Prince of Darkness for 80 seconds, maintaining duration goes down to 60 seconds. The hero permanently gains a 50% damage increase. Each enemy killed reduces the time needed to gain this effect by 5 seconds. Reduces the time needed to gain this effect. So he needs 60 seconds when fully skilled up, but each enemy killed will reduce it by 5, so he can get it much quicker. I mean, more damage, that sounds pretty nice. He pairs up with Valara, okay. And that's her name, Valara. I'm telling you, Valkyra, Valeria, Valara, very similar. When obtaining her Soul's Guide, that's her name, Valara, Soul's Guide. He gets reduces initial deployment cost by 6 and gains max stacks of Dark Infusion when deployed. Okay, so then immediately when deployed, he would start getting Rage. That's not bad. And then his ultimate Black Wind cost 1100, goes down to 1000, and then it starts out at 700. And because he is esoteric, that can be lowered even more. Chooses and teleports. Oh, interesting. And teleports to an unoccupied ground tile within 3 tiles. So do you have to choose, or does he choose? Upon arrival, triggers Whirlwind Strike. Is that the passive? No, that's Deep Cleave. Dealing 400, which goes up to 600 defense penetration damage to one enemy within 2 tiles of the hero. So that same range, okay. Then enters Prince of Darkness state. Which basic attack becomes Soul Strike. Does the Prince of Darkness have a duration, or does he just stay in Prince of Darkness after the first ultimate? Because that's what it looks like to me. Interesting. So the Soul Strike deals 320 damage when skilled up. When charging his power during the Prince of Darkness state, he grants 1.6 rage regen per second to allies within 2 tiles. I'm assuming that's completely around him. Maybe. Takes effect only when stronger than the current buff debuffs on the same attribute. That's not bad either. Interesting. So I wonder if he is considered a tactician because he can move around during his ultimate, but he can't. Because at least here in the video, it makes it seem that he can move around only on the ground floors, but I wonder if that's also because he was originally on the ground floor. So I wonder if he's on a platform and he does his ultimate, he can only move around in platform areas. I don't know, that would have to be something I would have to try out, I guess. But definitely seems like a really hard hitter. Not bad. And then, so once he's on the Prince of Darkness, all of his attacks are Soul Strikes, which then, that's what triggers his Soul Sunder. Okay, but this only matters during the ultimate. So his attacks are always going to be Soul Strike when he's on the Prince of Darkness state, but only during the ultimate do the Soul Strike have the chance of ignoring defense. Okay. And then, let's see. So I know that he can get an exclusive. I have not grabbed his exclusive yet, so I'll go out and look at that really quickly, but I'm going to see his awakenings first. So Awakening 1 during the ultimate increases the chance to trigger Enhanced Soul Strike with basic attack by 20%. So instead of a 25% chance, it's a 45% chance. That seems pretty significant. That's pretty nice. Almost a 50-50 chance. Then an attack increase. That's pretty normal, not bad. When triggering the ultimate at max stacks of Dark Infusion, gains an extra 10% boost to base attributes. So instead of 50%, it would be a 60%, I believe. Interesting. During the Prince of Darkness state, when not in charging state, can also restore rage for nearby allies at half the normal value. Interesting. That also seems like a pretty good awakening. He gets penetration, which is great. And then after maintaining Prince of Darkness state for the required duration, the hero gains 30% extra physical physical damage reduction and magic damage reduction. So he's bulkier. is what it seems. Okay, let's really quickly go to the event window. So his exclusive increases single target damage by 20%, and Whirlwind Strike and Deep Cleave, which I want to say that's his talent, and that's part of the ultimate. Inflict 20% vulnerability to physical and magic damage on enemies for 15 seconds. That's really good. And that's a pretty decent vulnerability as well. And he's ignoring defense plus all the other stuff. It seems pretty powerful. Let me really quickly grab this stuff because I don't know. Did that put me to where I can buy it? No. I'm just 200 shy right now. Okay. So let's go ahead and look at the other champions now. So, I guess let's awaken them and then look at them. So, Cerex. No, you know what? Let's look at their skills first and then awaken them. So, Cerex, he summons 3 Souls of the Dam when first deployed. At first, I was thinking that was every time he's deployed, but it's only his first deployment. So, you still want to keep redeploying him because that refreshes his ultimate, but unfortunately it doesn't continue triggering this part, which is it's a bummer, but he's still a really good champion. He's A1. When there are no Souls of the Damned on the field, he restores 10% or 10 rage per second, and when there are, he deals basically damage. He basic attack will launch a coercion instead, which attacks one Soul of the Dam, increasing their damage by 40% for 5 seconds, yet reducing their existence time by 5 seconds. So it's good. They deal more damage, but then they go away faster. Basic attack is unaffected by attack speed, which is fine. I do think his attack speed, though, does get it does apply to his summons, because I think that might be this. When summoned, Souls of the Dam enhance their next 3 attacks, because it says, yeah, Souls of the Damned are his summons, and they inherit 100% of his attributes and assist the master in attacking enemies in range. Each attack dealing 80% AoE damage to up to 5 enemies, and they exist for 30 seconds. So even though his basic attack doesn't have an attack speed, like it doesn't get affected by attack speed, the Souls of the Dam will, so you still want to build him with attack speed. But yeah, a Tormented Spirit, when summoned, the Souls of the Dam enhance their next 3 attacks, each dealing 220 damage and inflicting slow, which is great. I don't know if it's a small version of slow. It would be nice if it was a larger version, but still not terrible. And I'm guessing when the souls are summoned. That's when that happens, not when he's summoned. After any Souls of the Dam disappear, the existence of the remaining Souls of the Dam will be extended by 2 seconds, which that's nice. At least they kind of help each other live a little longer. And then his ultimate summons 4 Souls of the Dam and reduces the summoned number by 1 after each ultimate cast. That's why he wants to be recast after so long, because his ultimate doesn't work as well if he's out for too long. You kind of want as many Souls of the Damned out there as possible. But not bad. It is a pretty cheap ultimate, so you can kind of go through a few of them before you want to recast them. Let's see, his Awakening 1 makes it so that he summons 5 Souls of the Damned instead of 3, I believe, normally, which is really nice. And then his Awakening 2 is more attack, which not bad because it just means his Soul of the Damned will hit harder. Let's Awakening 3. When there are no souls of the Dam on the field, each time the hero restores rage, there's a 5% chance to instantly gain full rage. That's really nice. That's pretty crazy. And then Penetration plus 8%. It increases the effect duration of Coercion. Attacks one soul of the Dam every 4 seconds. Increases the effect duration. So the damage increase, I'm assuming, will be for 10 seconds instead of 5 seconds. Hopefully it doesn't reduce their existing time to or by 10 seconds. I'm assuming she just raises this 5 seconds. And then yeah, that's what I'm assuming. That's really good if that's the case. Yeah. Okay, not bad. Awaken 2 for him also is great. Let's see. The next one was, I'm assuming it's going to be, ooh, they're like right next to each other. So that's an A3 Estrin for me. That's kind of nice. Let's see. So damage taken, his talent at times will not exceed 60% of max HP, which is actually really, really nice. There are some stages where like there's no way you can make it through a single hit of a boss or an enemy, so being able to like just tough it out because of his talent is really great. His A1 grants attack-based healing to one ally in range. Nothing out of crazy. He's got the normal like healer range. I guess that's also an archer range. Redemption in Agony. The hero can cast Verdant Rejuvenation, which I believe is his Agony. Yeah, or not his Agony, his ultimate. And Enlightened Breath, which is his other passive on allies beyond his attack range. Albeit the healing effect reduces by, I believe it goes down to 40%. So it'll just be a 40% reduction. It's still less healing, but it's really nice that he can heal basically anyone. And from what I've seen, he usually tends to go for the heroes that have the lowest HP. So very, very helpful. And the ultimate, obviously, you have to get to his cost, which is not a very high cost. And then this passive lasts or takes 35 seconds. So whenever they're available, he can use that in any range, basically. So I don't feel like it takes too long for him to actually be able to take this effect. He's a really, really good healer. If you've got like random places to place people and you can't reach them through normal healing that way, he's very effective that way. I mean, there's always like a Volca strategy where you can have them healing themselves through the damage, but Estrin is also really good at that. And because, I guess I'll get to his ultimate here in a little bit, but he basically has a way of giving his talent in a way to allies. So when any ally's HP drops below 30%, immediately grants 260 attack-based healing to them, and it can be triggered once every 35 seconds. And then his ultimate grants 300 attack-based healing to one ally, and also grants them the hero's talent lasting for 4 seconds. So it's a little sad that it lasts for a little bit, but that can come in clutch a lot of the time, actually. So really, really nice. I feel like his kit could use a little bit more. He's not necessarily the strongest healer, but this talent itself and the fact that he can give it to somebody else actually comes in clutch a lot. Let's see, and then he's awakening. He's awaken 1 when healing the target increases the healing amount by 20% of their attack. Then healing effect plus 8. Awakening 3 changes the HP threshold required for triggering Enlightened Breath to 50%. So I think normally he Okay, so normally they need to be under 30% HP to grant that healing, but now they can be under 50%, so it can happen more frequently, which is great because sometimes when they're at this threshold, they're basically gonna die. You don't heal them quick enough for them to stay alive. So let's go ahead and give that to him. Definitely not a bad awakening. He's awakening 4, Rage Regen, that's a normal for healers, I feel like, and then enhanced. Is that his ultimate? Yeah, so when Verdant Rejuvenation grants the target the hero's talent, the duration will be increased by 3 seconds, so a 7-second duration for the hero's talent instead of 4. That's definitely much better. And especially because his ultimate actually happens fairly frequently. It's only 500 when fully skilled up, and I believe he's an esoteric, so if I can, oh yeah, esoteric. So with a lord, that's even cheaper. So he can actually be healing with his ultimate anybody on the board because of that one passive, and doing that fairly frequently. That actually is really, really nice. Especially once you get it to 7 seconds, I feel like that might be very significant. So that's really nice, actually, really exciting. And then Araka, let's see. For those of you who don't have her, when she attacks unblocked targets, increases damage by 20% and crit rate by 10%. Pretty nice. I kind of forget about her talent, actually. Because I don't think she can block any air units, so... And her kit cares more about air units either way, so... She's just extra mean to air units, I guess. Deals 120 damage to one enemy, including airborne units, yeah. Her passive attacks and have a 50% chance to inflict poison and spider bite. The poison deals 5% continuous magic damage per second, stacking up to 10 times. Poison effects from different sources can coexist. Spider bite, the bearer explodes if they die. Under this effect, dealing AoE damage. This effect cannot be dispelled, and that lasts for 10 seconds. On the targets, when the target dies under spider bite, they will explode, dealing 30% AoE damage, and inflicts poison on the surrounding enemies. And the damage goes up by 10% more, so 40% AoE damage. Pretty good. And then her second passive, Messy Web. After every, let's see, spider web on targets +1. So 4 attacks. The next attack will ensnare the target in spider webs and inflict stun. It doesn't say for how long on them. Okay, right here it says, lasting for 1 second. If the target is airborne, the effect duration is extended to 2 seconds. Spider webs on targets +1 second. And then on airborne, okay. So it will be 2 seconds on normal targets when fully skilled up, and 3 seconds for airborne units. So a pretty long stun, not bad. And then her ultimate, she evolves, expanding attack range, increasing, and she gets like that normal range or archer range, expanding attack range, increasing damage by 60%, and hitting 1 more target, so she hits 2, and it lasts for 30 seconds. I guess I'll really quickly go to her artifact, because if you've got her exclusive artifact, basic attack restore 1% range, and the ultimate's duration becomes infinite after the 3rd cast. So she'll keep that ultimate range and her extra damage on all that with the exclusive artifact. So that's really nice. And then her Lord skill increases faction team members' basic attributes by 15%. Faction team members' attack ranges are also increased, and for every 1 tile away from the target, increases their damage by 5% up to 50%, which that's a really, really nice Lord skill. She's definitely not bad at all. I do feel like Yovar is a little meaner, but Araka is still a really, really solid lord. Let's see. Her Awakened 1, while in Spider Stance, increases all damage by 20%. So the fact that she'll keep her Spider Stance with her exclusive artifact, that's just even more extra damage. That's really nice. And then her Awaken 2 enhances her talent, so she gets extra attack and increases faction team members' damage to airborne units by 5%. Not bad. Increases the duration of Spider Bite and Poison by 2 seconds, so that'll be a 12-second Spider Bite, I believe. I think the Poison was a 5-second Poison. I'm not entirely sure. Rage Regen, attack +2. Okay. And then, when an enemy with Spider Bite dies, deals 110 AoE damage to nearby enemies affected by poison one more time? Okay. So not only is she already dealing AoE damage and inflicting poisons, but on enemies that already had poisons, they're gonna take even more AoE damage? Or is this... does this trigger after? Because if the first damage, AoE damage and poison happens before this part, then that means that this part immediately will trigger and deal more AoE damage to enemies with poison. Because if it's that second option, that's extra gross. Because basically this is just saying, okay, you're just dealing more damage in general. I don't know. Sounds pretty gross. Well, there you guys go. There's all the champions I pulled for today. If you guys want to watch some more pulling, again, let's see how many I had actually. So I've got 24 ancient crystals. And there's a chance I might be able to get some more before tomorrow, but I'm for sure going to be summoning for the event, because both Ingrid and Valara sound pretty gross. And then because I've got the limited, being able to have Valara and have their partner skill would be awesome. So I'm definitely looking forward to it. Hopefully you guys will want to watch that, but also hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I thought that I got pretty lucky. Sure, I didn't pull any yellow win. I definitely will be getting some more divine charts, at the very least through the, I think it's this, yeah. So the spiritual altar, on tomorrow's summonings, I'm going to be getting these 2 divine charts. So I definitely plan on using them to try and get Elowin. Hopefully I can pull her. So there's still a chance that I can pull her, but unfortunately not on this video. But I still pulled 3 repeats, which let me awaken some pretty good champions. So I'm not mad at that at all. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And until the next video, guys, take care.